blood. Oh, we're back in it. Like, all right, cool. You know what? Let me reset. We're back for another episode of Big Six Bands. It's the Chelsea versus Liverpool instant match reaction. I don't even know what to say. What did I even just watch? What did we just watch? I just wasted my time. What did you see? All right, cool. Let me just go in straight away, innit? Before we even smash the like, before we even say the like toe, before we say any of this shit, yeah? Cool. You see Chelsea versus Liverpool. I promise you, I would rather stomp on Lego pieces than watch that shit. Oh, yo. You see that starting 11? You see Jurgen Klopp? He's lost the plot. How did I just see a midfield of Jordan Henderson, Fabinho, Curtis Jones go up against Kovacic, Enzo Fernandez, and N'Golo Kante? How in your right mind do you think Curtis Jones is the answer to Kova, Kante, and Kovacic? How? We were lucky to get out of there alive. The best opportunity was a shot from Joe Gomez. What the fuck did I just watch? I can't believe this shit. Liverpool are done. The season's over. Fuck the Arsenal game. What is Jurgen Klopp thinking? This man has lost the plot. There are Liverpool fans out there that think Jurgen Klopp cannot be held accountable. This brother's playing pick and mix. Salah has 64 goal involvements against the top 6 in away games only. And you're telling me you wanna put him on the bench? Who are you resting him for? Arsenal? We're in one competition. Who are you resting him for? This guy plays 38 games a season. This guy's being a punk. Nah, fuck it, Klopp. Meet me in the car park, fam. Nah, meet me in the car park. Big man thing, meet me in the car park. Just meet me in the car park, blood. Nah, bro. Meet me in the car park, bro. Meet me in the fucking car park. Because what the hell did I just watch for 90 minutes? I watched 95 minutes of bin juice. Of bin juice. You see Fabinho? You see that guy? You see Fabinho, bro? He's a walking tactical foul, you know? He is a walking tack foul. You see Henderson? He's just a walking triangle button. Even when he's next to you, triangle, 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 triangle. This is mad. It's madness. It's madness. I'm not even looking at Arsenal right now. Forget Arsenal for a second. What I watched today was criminal, bro. Chelsea are sitting 11th in the Premier League. And this bozo thought he could say, oh, you know what? I'm going to play Curtis Jones and I'm going to play Jota on the right wing. Diogo Jota has played 4 games on the right wing in this whole Liverpool. Hold on. I'm spitting on this camera because I'm so fucking angry. Because I'm so fucking angry that it's bad, bro. It's mad. Where's the fucking hell, blood? I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind, bro. I'm fucking losing my mind. This club is going to be the death of me. This club's going to be the death of me, blood. This club's going to be the death of me, yo. This club's going to be the death of me. There's so many shit man in this squad. Or I can't even say they're shit man because they were competing for a quad the other day. It's mad. It's madness. And there's Liverpool fans that think they can chat to man about Jurgen Klopp and it's FSG's fault only. Jurgen is responsible for about 80% of the fuckeries that's going on. And man are telling me it's FSG's fault. Like they put on the shin pads. Like they put out the team sheet. Like they have the wristband and the tattoos and the ankle tape. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they're the ones assisting Klopp and telling him what to do with the tactics and the formation. Understand, Jurgen Klopp is now, he's taking it from new levels. So he's not just being outclassed by the likes of Pep. Now, he's being outclassed by managers that are mid-table. And now he's taking it to a further level. He's being outclassed by interim managers. It just don't stop. Who's he going to get outclassed by next? Me? Am I going to get employed by a shit team and outclass him? What the fuck? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? These man, it's mad. It's mad. Yo. Yo, this guy is so stupid. So stupid. Bro. Curtis Jones, Fabinho, and Henderson in the midfield. And man thought that was viable. Man are going insane. How could you think that's viable? How? And Chelsea, you man are just a shit for not oiling us up and smoking us. How these man didn't put us in a pack is beyond me. 3 away wins all season. And you look at it and go, I know, I'm not going to play Salah today. Oh my God. Joel Matip gave me the heebie-jeebies just watching him. Just watching him gave me the heebie-jeebies. You man that don't hold Klopp accountable, you will listen when you are dead. You will listen when you're dead. I swear down. Man's getting out-tacticked and outclassed. You're telling me it's FSG's fault. You man are idiots. You man are fucking idiots. You're either blind or you're ignorant. I don't care anymore. And this isn't even about Klopp in, Klopp out. It's just about seeing that man's tactics are stinking of shit. Game in, game out. And you man think Bellingham's going to solve the problem? You think Jude Bellingham's going to solve this problem? Bellingham, save yourself. Go City. Go Madrid. Save yourself. Save yourself. Honestly, we're going to lose so many players this summer. This season is oh man. End the season now. End it now. Just end it now. The wayward passing. We had no right side today. There was no right side. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Hudson era, we're back. Post Rodgers era, we're back. Hello, we're back now. Yo. I can't do this. I actually can't do this. I feel like we've lost. We didn't even lose the game, but we went from 8th to 8th, and we got overtaken by Aston Villa. Aston Villa are now ahead of Liverpool Football Club. Take it in. Take it in. Just take it in. It's a joke. And now it's like, man are saying, Jurgen hasn't had the backing. So how are we supposed to get a midfield? We spent 120 million this season. What do you mean, how are we supposed to get a midfielder? The money's there. Basuma went for 20 mil. Mateus Nunes, how much did he go for? Understand. We spent 120 million. And man were like, no, we need to prioritize the attack. You went and got Arthur. And Arthur's sitting there on the bench. And the first midfielder you bring on is James Milner. If I'm Arthur Melo, and I'm seeing James Milner, I'm seeing Jurgen Klopp go, hey, yo, James. Yeah, get your tracksuit off. You're coming on in 5. And I'm sitting there, and I'm Arthur Melo. If I'm Carvalho, if I'm Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita's fucking off as well, so he probably thinks the same thing. Like, I'm thinking, are you mad? Are you crazy? Are you insane? Have you lost your shit? It's rotten. It's rotten to the core right now. In-game management stinks. It fucking stinks. Oh my days. It stinks. It just stinks. What were the tactics today for Liverpool? Someone tell me, because I couldn't tell you. All right, there's 100 people in here. I haven't done any housekeeping. I had to get that one off my chest. I really, really had to get that off my chest. There's probably more I need to say. But you man that don't hold Klopp accountable are shameless and ignorant as fuck. Yeah? Oh my days. Let me get the first in. And before I introduce you, bro, just give me a sec. There's been so many comments. If I've missed your comments, I'm sorry. And if I missed the comments, I'm sorry. But just let me bring in Rams. That's my, I know I'm ranting and that, but I can't believe what I'm seeing week in, week out. What are the tactics from Jurgen Klopp? What are we mapping out? What are we doing? How do you bench Salah and think that's the answer? How do you play Jota on the right and think that's the answer? How is James Milner your first sub and you think that's the answer? How can you? The only thing I accept is the only thing I can accept is if Virgil van Dijk's ill, Matip's the next guy that comes in. If Joe Gomez If Trent needs a rest or you don't want to play Trent because he's risking it because of his defensive frailties, cool. Joe Gomez is the answer. But Jordan Henderson was running up the right wing. We done nothing today. We actually done nothing. I felt sorry for Bobby Firmino today. I felt sorry for Konate today. I felt sorry for Alisson. These men deserve better because we're stinking it up. These men stink. The manager stinks. The hierarchy stinks. This club stinks. It's just shit. It's just shit, man.
The way I like to put it, everyone knows Alisson's my guy, yeah? One thing I love about Ali is that he never loses his cool within the game. I think today that altercation with Henderson was the breaking point. How can Henderson go up to him and almost start a fight with him? Of all people, Alisson.
When did that happen? I didn't even see that.
It was like, I think it was when Matip like headed it one way, went the other way, and they almost scored. I think it was when Felix skied the shot over the bar. I think he went up to Henderson and be like, why didn't anyone say leave it to Ali? Then Henderson was like, I don't know what he said to him. And then he's almost starting a fight with the guy. I was like, what are you doing? You're meant to be the captain. Here you are trying to start a fight with man. I'm like, nah. You've been shit this whole season, and you're gonna come up with all this BS about how you're gonna act like a big man in front of your own players. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, like honestly. But don't worry, he shows good leadership qualities. Yeah, leadership qualities like fighting your own players. The hell is that, man?
These man. Bro,
anyone in the comments, I think Alisson was tempted to clot him. The way he was shouting at him, being like, but Alisson ain't that kind of guy. You don't like starting fights with random people.
Bro, I'll be honest, that's the least of our problems. Did you ever see a goal come in today? No.
Yeah.
These man stink.
I did.
It stinks. What I'm watching is scary. It is scary.
The only time I saw a goal is when Firmino had the ball. And then I said this last week and I'll say it again. I am at breaking point with Jurgen Klopp. And Jurgen Klopp is a very, very lucky man because the manager that I want to replace him is not available. If he was available, sitting at home chilling, I would have wanted him straight away. But he's not. So he's a very, very, very lucky man.
Who?
Hansi Flick.
Oh, I'm saying Scott Holder, big up yourself for the super chat. He says, how the fuck did Arthur not get minutes?
Because he's not.
No, but bro, I'm sorry. But if you want to give Curtis Jones minutes, you can give Arthur Melo minutes. I don't care what you're seeing in training. If you can give Curtis Jones a start against Chelsea away and the first sub you bring on is James Milner, you can give Arthur Melo minutes. Bro, I'm sorry. Is Henderson better than Arthur?
I don't know why Arthur's here in the first place.
But he's here now. Is Henderson better than Arthur Melo?
Bro, anyone's better than Henderson, man.
Right. So you're understanding what I'm saying now. It's not even about starting Arthur Melo. It's about giving him minutes. Let us see something different. Carvalho on the bench. Ox weren't even in the match day squad, and he's easily our best centre midfielder. Easily. Apart from Thiago. Again, Thiago is excluded from this, by the way. Yeah?
And Stefan.
Stefan's injured, so I can't even... Yeah, he's injured. So again, he's out of this.
Oh yeah, by the way, the reason why Stefan's injured, Jurgen Klopp. I'm sorry, why are we putting so much pressure on an 18-year-old? I get it. Klopp loves Bellingham. Henderson loves Bellingham too much. But I need to ask you, Monts. We all agree that if we had Steven Gerrard in our team, we would cook so much. Is Jude Bellingham Steven Gerrard?
Bro, I'll take Steven Gerrard now. I'll take him now.
That's not the point.
I watched the Legends game. I'll take Gerrard in DM now.
Is Jude Bellingham alone the only guy to take us to the top?
Of course he isn't. We need 3 Jude Bellinghams for one. Second of all, bro, Fabinho is a walking tactical foul. That's all he is now. That's it. He's just a walking tactical foul. Henderson's a walking triangle button on FIFA. L1 and triangle or just triangle. That's it.
No, it's square as well.
Like
L1 and square. The one where you just sky it into the air. He's that, bro. Like honestly.
Let me hit some. You look. Let me just do some housekeeping. I haven't done it all streaming. We're 15 minutes in. It's criminal from me. Hey, big up everyone in the chat that's tuned in. There's 275 people in here. Make sure what we saying for a like goal today. This is real Liverpool. You're about to see real Liverpool tears today, people. So I'm saying 150 likes today, minimum. I'm saying 100. Chat. Let me know how many likes you think we can hit today. I'm saying 150 Sorry, 150 likes. I'd love to get
150 mil. That's how much you have to pay for Bellingham, bro.
Guys, there's nearly 300 people. We should be liking the video. We're on 88 likes already. Stop what you're doing ASAP, people, and smash that like button. We should be on 100 likes easily. Actually, do you know what? I think we should hit 200 likes this stream. By the end of the stream, I'm saying 200 likes. Yeah, look, yeah, even the man them in the stream are saying it. 150 easy from Ed. Rico, big up yourself. He's saying 200. Football Gospel saying 230. Yeah, man. I'm saying 2 bills worth of likes. Big up Tom Little as well, bro. I'll let you say your piece in a second because you probably missed my rant. Dap saying 410 likes. Big up Daps as well. Ed saying 200 is the goal. Mustafa, big up yourself. 200 likes is the goal as well. Yeah, we'll say 200 in it. We'll say 200 likes is the goal. So you don't stop what you're doing right now and smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe as well. We're not far from 3,800. Well, we are kind of about 70 subscribers away, but just hit the subscribe button if you're new and you're enjoying the Liverpool meltdown, because it's probably going to be a lot more of this shit because you got Arsenal on the weekend. So there's that. All
right, Tom.
And obviously make sure you subscribe to the Ram Stand. Obviously, Tom has finally taken it upon himself to make his own channel after 25 years. So, Tom, where can the people find you?
Tom with the one on YouTube. Same thing it says there. Not that I really want to be found at the minute because I don't like talking about this team at the minute.
Someone will put it on the comments anyway. Your link to the channel. Anyway, so here's what it is. Yeah. Can we just talk about potential transfers? Can we just talk about something else? I don't want to talk about this, man.
Talking about these bums. We're talking
about these bums. I don't want to talk about them.
We are talking about these bums. And as I said, in about 25 minutes, the link will go out. And then the chat, you guys can join in and talk about these bums with us. But for now, us three, we'll talk about these bums. Tom, I don't know if you've seen it. I decided to rant for about 20 minutes. Sorry, Ram had to sit there in the back and listen to me shout and scream for about 20 minutes.
It's actually quite entertaining.
It's one of those ones. What is your take on it? So I'm just going to kind of go straight into it.
Don't mention Ruben Amorim, please.
I won't. I'll save that unless I'm asked about it. I'll save that. But today was... I said it on the terrace. The fact I can sit there and say this was one of the better performances of 2023 is alarming in itself. That's a major concern in itself. When we look at these players that play today, Alisson, love him. We'll never say a bad. I'll defend him to the hills. Gomez was all right. Matip was average, if not below par. Canate, average, if not below par. Tsimikas, crap. Fabinho, crap. Henderson, god awful. Curtis Jones, probably the second best player, which is a concern in itself.
That's a concern.
That's a concern in itself. Firmino, really good, but we took him off for some reason. God knows why. Jota shouldn't have stayed on the pitch, but he did. God knows why. And Nunes didn't give him the ball. God knows why. So many things about this team at the minute I can't explain. I can't reason with. And substitutions crap. We're going to hold it to Arsenal. We're not going to beat Arsenal on the weekend. Then we've got Leeds after that at Ellen Road on a Monday night while they're still fighting for relegation. Screams draw. We are not getting Champions League. And when I've got to deal with my manager coming out and saying stuff like super attitude, super mentality, that's what I saw today. Or when he says that the performance today wasn't the most spectacular, but a step in the right direction. If that is the right direction, you've got the wrong map, mate. We're going the wrong. We're going the wrong destination.
The map's upside down. The map is. Upside
I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. Like, on the midfield, I will keep harking back to the midfield. When Curtis Jones is leaving games as your best midfielder, when Curtis Jones is leaving games as your most composed midfielder, I've got massive concerns. Henderson, I know he's crap. I didn't like the shouting part on. I didn't like him shouting at Alisson, especially when he was awful. But Fabinho, for someone who I have such high standards of, he has been god awful all season, and today was no exception. The man is permanently late to tackles. The man could not time a tackle if his life depended on it. It doesn't make sense. This team is done. And I was saying it, I feel like this is the end of this team. This season is the end of this team, and there needs to be a serious overhaul, whether you believe it is the manager, whether you believe it is the players, whether you believe it is the backroom. I believe all things need an overhaul. I believe all parts of this club need an overhaul. I think we've held on to this for too long, and we're getting jumped by everyone. Everyone is usurping us. Everyone is going ahead of us. And if we sit there and consolidate for another season and gamble seasons away on limited transfers for another season, then we're going to be so far behind, we won't catch up for 5, 6, 7. And that is not where Liverpool Football Club should be. We need to stop this cycle of building ourselves up for 2 years, then being at the top for 2 years, and then this going back down for 2 years, and having to constantly do this 6-year cycle of up and down with a fucking yo-yo. We're a yo-yo of a top 6 club. And that needs to stop. I don't ask for much. I'm not asking for Premier League year in, year out. I'm not asking for Champions League year in, year out. I'm asking for consistent and sustained challenges, consistent and sustained success, which is not what we're getting. And the last thing I'll say, this whole narrative that we're ungrateful and Jurgen Klopp has built us up to where we are in the past. Yeah, Jurgen Klopp has done that. That was also Jurgen Klopp's job. We didn't bring in Jurgen Klopp to be a bang average man. We didn't bring in Jurgen Klopp to just sit there and do nothing. We brought in Jurgen Klopp to win football matches. Jurgen Klopp has won football matches. Has he usurped what we thought he could do? Yes. But then my expectations of him changed with that. I don't judge Jurgen Klopp by the same expectations I judged him by in 2016. I don't. I judge him by the expectations I've got of him now. And he is underperforming massively the expectations I have of him now. If you still want to judge him by the expectations you had of him when he walked through the door and replaced Brendan Rodgers, that's fine. But me, personally, I don't do that because I believe we're much better off. We're supposed to be a consistently title challenger club. So I judge my team by that level. And right now, we're not doing it.
I hear it. Let me just hit the super chat. Big up Ozan Kabak. He says, scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you going into Arsenal? -17. -17.
-15.
The fact that they're playing Rob Holding gives me, that's why it's not -20. Thank you for the super chat, bro. I appreciate you as well. By the way. Appreciate it. Let me hit some of the comments, Tom. That was very insightful. I'm surprised you kept your cool. Arsenal have 6 goal scorers. Wait, the chat's moving so fast. I was about to click a comment and it just flew upwards. Is this what Sam has to do all the time? Don't kill me. Monts, serious question. What can the backups like Costas do consistently if they don't get opportunities to play? Costas bummed it out today, bro.
He was shit, bro.
He was playing against us.
Like Tom, you've heard me say this. There's a reason why if I had the opportunity to sell Costas, I'd sell him and buy a Borna Sosa in. There's a reason why. Because he could do exactly what Costas can do. He's relatively cheaper, and also he can actually score goals, unlike Costas.
Look, all I'll say on Costas is you sit there and say, what can the backups do when they're not getting consistent game time? The backups earn consistent game time by having good one-off performances. Kostas Tsimikas, in his last 3 one-off performances, has stunk it up. Robertson has stunk it up. I'm not saying Robertson hasn't, but a bad Robertson performance is much better than a bad Tsimikas performance. And a bad Robertson performance is a pretty average Tsimikas performance. That's the thing. even on the attacking front. Tsimikas isn't a good defender. I'm going to put it plainly simply. The man doesn't know what goal side is, but I can ignore that. I can ignore that because I'm told he's one of the best attacking fullbacks in the league. Did he clear the first man with the corner today?
Fuck no.
We had about 5 of them, and he didn't clear the first man once.
He couldn't cross the ball,
even the
Tom.
ones that ended up at Fabinho's feet were flick-ons because they didn't get past the first man.
Tom, everything, ball retention, crosses, everything with the ball at his feet, he just wasn't good at. And I don't want to hear if he gets regular game time, because last season in these one-off games he played well. That's what that got him. That warranted him getting game time. These one-off games. This is where you get your chance to say, I want to be the best left back in Liverpool. I want to start every single game. And today, literally the first 3 chances Chelsea had was because of him losing the ball in stupid situations, playing hospital balls to our centre-backs.
He was playing
our goalkeeper under pressure for no reason.
And I'm sorry, you lot are going to hate me for this, yeah? Man, I'm going to hate me for this, but I'm fucking tired now. There's actually not a massive difference between the current Darwin Núñez and Divock Origi. We could have just kept Divock Origi and had him as a striking option, and could have had both of them. We just kept both of them. Like, I'm sorry, but playing Darwin Núñez out wide didn't do much for us today.
I want to stop seeing it now. I really want to stop seeing it now.
Against certain like teams, yeah, cool. If we're gonna sit back, but we didn't sit back today, and it was just shit. Like we lost him.
We're forcing him out wide because we won't accommodate. I'm sorry. If you spent £80 million on a player, I would assume you would accommodate them into your system. You would adapt your system to accommodate your £80 million player. What we've done is sit there and went, you cost £80 million. We're going to force you out there. Bro. He needs a number 10 or a second striker.
I felt sorry for Bobby. I felt very sorry for Bobby today.
Bobby Firmino was fantastic. That's what got me the most. He was absolutely fantastic, and you could see the difference in quality. Whereas when we were pinging the ball into the attack, it wasn't sticking with Jota. It wasn't sticking with Núñez. Bobby Firmino was killing it dead and creating so many chances, and he was the first one off. Yeah. And Jota got the full 90. I actually thought Jota had a good game against City. So I was happy to see him get that start today. I thought, yeah, build on it. He didn't build on it. He should have been the first one off. He wasn't the first one off. He wasn't the second one or the third one or the fourth one. Did we even make a 5th sub? I can't remember. But he wasn't any of the subs off.
Even as a winger, like your best attribute you have is that you're 2-footed. You got a really, really good left foot. And that chance that he had where he was running through and he was against Fofana and then decide to take a shot on, but decides to cut back inside. No, it's Cucurella, sorry. Tries to cut back onto his right where you have a more than competent left foot and decide that, no, I want to do the hard bit. It's just like, do you really want to?
It was off a Curtis Jones pass as well. I was this close to greatness. I was this close to beating Curtis. You'd have bet about Curtis Jones getting a goal or assist, but Jota didn't shoot. He didn't shoot.
And not only that,
exact same goal.
Oh yeah,
against Leicester.
Remember, Monts,
and he didn't shoot with his left. I don't get.
Monts, remember, there was a chance where Darwin Núñez made a run from the left to the centre, and he could have played a ball in. But I don't know why he didn't do that. I really don't know why.
I remember, bro. I told you, man, about Jotas. I told you, man, about Jotas. Remember last season, you man fucked me up. Cal, Matt, Drift, Roms, JJ. All of you, man, you lot fucked me up when I spoke to you about Jota's thing, and it's all round, you man fucked me up for that, and now you man are seeing it.
But last season, the all-round thing was bad. This time it's all right, but he just doesn't want to shoot.
Yeah, no, he's got better. Like Jota's all-round game has got better. I'm not gonna lie. Even for me, if he's in the middle or if he's on the left and he's got man that he can play off of, it probably would have been better today, 100%. Like, but how you look at your team sheet and you go, Salah, 64 goals and assists against the top 6 in away games only. Bench. We're going to play Jota on the right, who's only played on the right for Liverpool 4 times in the Liverpool career. Yeah, that makes sense. We're going to do that. And, like, we had no right-hand side. Joe Gomez passed it off the pitch about 7 times. Like, come on now. Come on.
Joe Gomez as well, we need to speak on him because you know what annoys me the most about Joe Gomez? He gets into the perfect positions. He gets into the positions I want Trent to get into when he's at right back. He gets into those really good attacking positions, finds the space. Even the shot he ended up having, which Kepa saved, that's the positions I want to find Trent in. But it's almost like we're backwards. Gomez, who was the centre back, gets into the attacking right back positions, and Trent, the attacking right back, ends up occupying the centre back or the backup right back centre back positions when he plays, and it doesn't make sense. And even the tactic today, he played Jota and he played Nunes. I was sitting there going, he's gone for the diamond. He's reverted type. He's gone for the diamond. You know, Bobby in the 10 as well. We thought that was the key. No, we stuck by 4-3-3 again. Regardless of win, lose, or draw.
Tom, I thought it was like a 4-4-2.
Quickly. Big up Oz and Cabot. He says 10 games left. How many out of 30 points do we get? It depends of how many of them are away. Just delete the away game. Just delete the away game.
4. I had to look earlier. It's 4. You've got Leeds away, which is a dodgy one. You've got Southampton away last game of the season. You've got Leicester away.
Not good.
And what is the other one? I think the other one's like a pretty bang average team. Is it a pretty bang average team? It is West Ham. So it's Leeds, West Ham, Leicester, Southampton. They're all 4.
So all 4 of those teams are fighting for relegation, aren't they? Or against relegation.
Because we've got such a good record against those this year.
And let me address someone in the comments. Brother Michael DeSanto. I think you seem to be quite critically commenting on our opinions. Because I'm getting onto Jota does not mean I want to sell Jota. No one has said anything about selling Jota. So again, please wind it in a little bit. We are angry and frustrated. And you are one of the people that I talk about when I say you are unable to find Jurgen Klopp accountable. You don't hold him accountable for the fact that he's been outclassed and out-tacticked by so many managers. And this time he took it a step further and was out-tacticked by an interim manager. We made 11th place Chelsea look good. We made these bums look good. So understand, hold the manager accountable. We are not holding him to the standards he was when he first came into this team. He now must maintain. And if he can't maintain, then serious questions need to be asked. No one here has said Klopp out. No one here has said that. But no one here is accountable. No one, not enough Liverpool fans are accountable when it comes to blaming Klopp. And I'm not.
All I've got to say, you can criticize Klopp. I mean, if you criticize Klopp, that doesn't mean you're Klopp out. If you don't think Klopp is the right guy, cool. If you think Klopp is the right guy, then cool. But you can still criticize him for in-game management. I have for sure, and Tom has heard me cry about this so many times. I have criticized Klopp's substitutions, his in-game management, his lack of fluidity in a system where it's most malleable. I don't think people understand the system that he plays is so malleable. You could change the setup however much he likes.
I can't see
that, bro.
Look at the XGs. Fuck off.
0.35, bro.
What we don't get it though. That's part of the Klopp master plan. That's part of the Klopp master plan, boys. We don't get what the plan is. That's part of the plan. We're supposed to lose by over 1.8 on XG because it's all part of the plan. What plan?
Do you know what? Let's start with the attack, yeah. Because we've spoken about Bobby, by the way, and Bobby for me again, the way he was making the ball stick, he was doing what we can. He's the only reason we were even able to get out at times. There was a few wayward passes from him, but again, he's not going to be perfect all game. I just think that we're looking at Bobby, and what was it for me when I saw Salah coming on? I'm like, oh my god, Salah can play off Bobby. Oh my god, thank you. Salah came off for Bobby. I was like, oh, that's what we're doing today. That's what we're doing today. Now, for me, Bobby has to start next game. And the fact that Salah played half an hour, barely saw the ball. It was just a joke. It's actually just a joke. I'm looking at Gakpo, I'm looking at Nunes, and I'm looking at our attack, and I'm thinking, who's actually like cutting edge in our team now? No one.
Alisson.
No one. Absolutely no one.
Our best opportunity to score goals is if Alisson throws it 60 yards or drop kicks it 60 yards and Salah gets onto it. That's sad. That is so sad. Do you know how sad that is? Like I've literally got to ask you, do you know how sad that is? That our goalkeeper's our best opportunity to score a goal.
He's not. Matip is our best midfielder. I'll tell you that from now. Matip is our best midfielder.
Yeah, fuck it. Just put him in 6, bro. Put him in 6. I'm tired of seeing Fabinho in the 6. People who don't know this, Matip used to play as a 6. Before he moved to Liverpool, he played 6 at Schalke. And he
Let
was
me
all
read
right
this
at it.
comment. If Jurgen had no power when buying players, it's almost impossible for us to judge him for the recent year. The most critic needs to be on the owner's strategy, isn't it? No, we spent 120 million. Any of that money could have gone to a midfielder. Klopp came out and said he should have got a midfielder. Then we go and get Arthur Melo. He played 30 minutes all season. And he doesn't even come on when James Milner is available. James Milner is ahead of him. Oxlade-Chamberlain is ahead of him. They're a man ahead of Arthur Melo, and he's the man that's brought in to cover up the midfield issues. As a whole, yes, we all blame FSG as a whole, but it's getting boring now. This season, Jurgen Klopp has been outclassed, out-tacticked, and it's been terrible. His in-game judgment has been awful. He's persisting with a 4-3-3, knowing he doesn't have the resources to do it. That's insanity.
All you need to do is go back to that press conference he gave before Newcastle when he said, when he mentioned that it was a mistake, and he didn't say we made a mistake or they made a mistake. He said I made a mistake in not buying a midfielder. I. That implies that he was the one who had the power.
No,
he was the one who
Tom,
turned it
they're
down.
going to tell you, oh, he's not going to draw out the board in public. Obviously,
but
it's just a smokescreen. He's saying that because he's such a nice guy. That's what they're going to tell you, bro.
I got to say though,
They got Corey in the house.
fuck, I lost my train of thought. Oh fuck, you know,
It's fine.
Liverpool's
While you're
done this
getting
to
it
me.
back, we're on 118 likes. We're still on which our like target today is 200 likes. So again, there's still 270 people in the house. Make sure you smash the like button, people. We're trying to get to 200 likes today, and we're trying to get to 3,750 subs. So we are 10 subscribers away. So if you haven't subbed already, there's more than enough people to hit that subscribe button.
I got it back.
Make sure you do.
When people say we don't know more than Klopp, clearly we do, because we said we needed a midfielder. Then he said, "Oh yeah, you guys were right. I was wrong." So clearly we do know more than Klopp. If that's the case.
No, Rams. You see, he was asking for transfers, so he's never been to Anfield. He thinks he knows more than Klopp. He thinks he knows more than Klopp.
All right.
So he doesn't get it. This is the thing. When my manager is coming out and admitting he made the mistake, then there's not much defending of. I'm not defending a mistake. I would defend. I'd appreciate him working on that mistake, but I'm not defending a mistake. If I make a mistake, I don't expect to be defended. I expect to be criticised, and then I should rectify it. The manager, who's confused me so much this season because he's nearly rectified it twice, like 2 or 3 times. He's teased me with the diamond, and I went, oh, there you go, you found it. No, I'm back to 4-3-3.
Bro, he's a striptease, Tom. He's a striptease. That's it. It's just a striptease, nothing more.
It says a lot. I understand why people are happy to defend Jurgen Klopp. That is more than fine if you want to defend Jurgen Klopp. But when our player of the season, bar Alisson, is by Chetic, an 18-year-old centre-back who has been forced into central midfield because we had no one else, that is the issue in itself. You can praise Chetic for what he done, and do not take anything away from Chetic for what he done. But I've also got to point fingers at why we even had to fall back on him as an option in the first place. This is all one big thing, and we can sit there and we have a massive summer coming up. We have a massive thing coming up where we're going to have to blow it up and redo it. And then it comes down to 2 things. Do you trust the ownership, which I haven't done for years? And do you trust the manager, which I'm rapidly starting to lose trust in? And if I don't trust them, I don't trust the rebuild. I can't trust the rebuild because I don't trust the 2 main components of it. That's the issue I've got at the minute. I need something. Actions speak louder than words. It's all well and good saying all this stuff about how we're Jude's number 1 priority and this, that, and the other. I need to see it. It's all well and good Jurgen Klopp coming out and saying, "Oh, I'm going to be ruthless. I'm not sentimental, this, that, and the other." I need to see it. Starting Henderson week in, week out, regardless of performance, is sentimental. I wouldn't have cared if you had started Milner or Oxlade ahead of Henderson. But starting him, regardless of whether he plays well or not, isn't right. Because what message does that send? What message does it send? Even dropping them today, even dropping Salah, Robertson, Trent today. What message does that send? We're going to drop you for worse players, not win, and you'll be back in next week. That's not... Dropping them doesn't achieve anything then.
It's a joke. It's actually a joke.
And people say that bringing Jude, everything will be better. Clearly, they don't watch Jude Bellingham enough to know what he's all about. Like literally, I say this to every single person. Jude Bellingham is not Steven Gerrard, because Steven Gerrard right now is the kind of player that we need, and he's nowhere near that. He's nowhere near that. He's not that kind of player, and we need more than just Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham is an icing, the cherry on top of the icing on top of the cake, and we don't have a cake. The cake is no longer there. We haven't got egg. We haven't even got flour. We're on the bare bones of everything. We need to restructure this midfield. But everyone's saying Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham is going to be the answer for the entire midfield and will rejuvenate this whole midfield. And I think to myself, well, does he have the defensive prowess to do what he could do and allow Trent to bomb forward? Personally, for me, no, he doesn't. Does he have the capability of shooting from range and have the accuracy to do it on a consistent basis? No, he doesn't. Does he have the ability to find a cutting edge ball like Kevin De Bruyne from about 30, 40 yards out? No, he doesn't. Like, what can we do? What do we do? Like, literally, I guarantee you, if we only sign Jude Bellingham, we are not going to sign anyone else. We're not signing anyone else.
Jude
I'm telling you, 120 mil
does not fit what our midfield is. It doesn't fit what we've never had a midfielder who thrives on late runs into the box. That's never been part of our system. And considering we've tried to change the system so much this year and it hasn't worked, I'm expecting a revert type next year. I'm sure users agree. He's going to go back to what worked, which is fine. But then why would you spend £120 million on someone who you're not going to use their best attributes? It doesn't make sense. It's a shit investment. Because then all that will happen is he's 19, he'll get criticism. People will start going, "Oh, you've wasted your money. It's not what it was for." What is the point then?
I've made a list. I've made a list of all these players that are more likely a better fit for us than Jude Bellingham and will cost significantly less than him.
Do you have McAllister on that list?
I've Kefren Turam, Sandro Tonali, Kwadwo Kone, Kenneth Taylor, Alexis McAllister, Ismail Benacer, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic, and Alexander Golovin.
Golovin? I thought he was a winger now.
Nah, he plays a midfielder. He plays more as an attacking midfielder, but he has very, very good defensive stats for a midfielder.
My opinion, none of those guys sort it out. None of those guys make it better. Do you know what? Fabinho took 6 months to adapt to the Klopp system. Robertson took 6 months plus to adapt to the system or to really get a running of games. I think none of these guys help. I think the system, until you solve the system, you don't solve the problem. I think they'll make it better just a little bit because it's something different, but we'll probably revert back to type and it'll just be shit.
Look, I honestly don't know how next season's gonna go. I had a pretty decent gauge of how this season was gonna go. Like I told everyone, we're not gonna win the league. We were nowhere near winning the league, but I didn't expect us to go this far backwards. This is probably the first time as a Liverpool fan where I actually do not know what's gonna happen next season or what we're gonna do. Every other season, I got a good gauge of what we're gonna do. Whether I was right or wrong, that doesn't matter. But this time, I do not know where we're going to go. And we'll have to wait and see, innit? We'll have to wait and see. But don't worry. We'll get Jude Bellingham in. Our problems are solved.
Also, just big up Steve TSE. Sorry, it was for the late reader of your super chat. He says, just say Klopp out, lads. I said it. Break this taboo. Tom has already Klopp out.
He's already. No, but
I've already said my replacements.
No, but Monts, I already told you, like, if the guy that I wanted was available, like fully available, sitting at home, drinking a cup of tea or whatever, doing whatever, I'd happily take him over Klopp. And Tom already knows this, but he's not available.
Right now, I think we're too late in the season to just sack Klopp in it. Like they're sacking him now, there's no point.
Oh no, this is the thing. I've always said this, and Hassan doesn't like it when I say it, but I'll say it again. If you're going to commit to a new manager, you do it before the start of the season, or we just commit to Klopp for the full season. I don't like messing around with mid-season manager changes. I don't like it. I don't see the benefit of it. So
unless you want to tear it down.
Yeah, I want us to make our decision this summer because we know what we need to do. I want us to make our decision this summer. Is it going to be backing Klopp, which I believe it will be, and that's fine if it is, then back the man. If it's not, do it then. Don't do what we've done for years, which is half-arse it, so give Klopp a bit of investment, not enough, Then he struggles again. Then we sack him. Then we get a new manager in who doesn't have any of the players that he wants. And then it takes him time. He's missed out on targets. We have to rebuild. It takes more years. Decide now. Decide now. That's the sign of a well-run club. Decide now. We market ourselves on being a well-run club. Make your decision and stick by it. Don't do what Chelsea done this year, which was commit to Potter and then just back out of it. Make your decision and stick by it.
So, Tom, what do you man think is Klopp is actually fielding good tactics, but the players can't carry it out? Or do you think the players are ignoring the tactics?
The tactics. I get the fact is a certain way of playing football, but the way Klopp likes to work is where he has different players that have different capabilities. Like they have different sort of ranges. So like Keita, Thiago, similar sort of players in a sense, but they have different sort of attributes that are best suited for a certain game. We don't have that, and for something like that to happen, you need an extensive budget, which the club does not have. And the problem is, Klopp is one of the most stubborn managers in football at this moment. He doesn't want to change his tactics, he doesn't want to change his lineup, and he doesn't want to change the actual structure of his whole team, which makes no sense because I said this before. The way that Klopp plays is probably the most malleable form of football in terms of lining your players up in every position ever. But he doesn't want to change it. I don't understand why, but he does it.
Even today, it was so clear to see how they were getting at us time and time out. All they were doing was telling Joao Felix, see Fabinho, go stand either side of him because he's not quick and he's not mobile. So we'll pass it into you. He won't get there. Then they'll drag a centre back out because they're fucking stupid. And then we have acres of space to work with. That happened 4 or 5 times.
Not even
and
that, Tom.
Klopp did not do a single thing to try and stop it.
It's not even that. It's like a simple 1-2.
All you have to do is move Henderson. Instead of having Henderson at right centre mid, go to a double pivot. So one of the DMs can man mark Felix. Or, if you want to, what Klopp done really well at Dortmund, have a zonal midfield where when Joao Felix is on the left, Fabinho picks him up. When he's on the right, Henderson picks him up. So then he's never in the situation he was in today, where he kept getting either side of the lone 6 and having the freedom of Stamford Bridge to do what he wanted. Because that was what was killing us. That was where we were overcommitting. That was what... How many times did Konate and Matip end up in their half pressing and they just pass around us and then there being a 2-on-1?
We didn't play with centre-backs, Tom, today. We played with sweepers today.
Our right back and our left back were our deepest line defenders.
Just this is against the point. Did Lukaku get racially abused and then celebrate and then get a red for it?
Yeah, he did. I saw that. He did. Yeah, it's disgusting. Like I've seen a lot of random stuff from Italy. Like, I've seen some.
If I speak over there,
Monts, that's not even the worst. You know Victor Osimhen, right? There have been so many videos going out about him and how.
I know exactly. I've seen them videos.
I've seen them, and it's like, bro, that's one of your best players who's going to win your league title for the first time in 20 or 40 odd years, and you're going to treat him like that. That's a shame, man. They're just different. They're just different in Italian football.
I didn't even do anything mad. He
just cupped his ear. He just cupped his ear and told him to shut up. That's all.
He did that. I've just seen the video. He did that.
What Moises Keane did to I think it was the Cagliari fans when Juventus played.
As I said, if I speak,
decides to be fucking idiot.
My channel will get taken down.
Do you know what's funny going into today's game now? I done my preview beforehand. I can tell you my midfield for that game. I can tell you what I wanted my midfield to be going into this game. It was a double pivot of Jones and Milner.
I thought from the lineup, I thought we're going to line up as a 4-2-2, and I was like, bro, we're going to do something different.
I thought we were going
two narrow creators and 2 strikers up top. Bro, this might be something different. I'm going to like it.
No, it was 4.
You know how it is.
Yeah. Who would you say the worst 4 players were? I need to put a poll who bummed out the most today. Who were the worst 4 players?
Tsimikas.
No, Henderson. I'm sorry, Henderson's the worst player.
Henderson. Fabinho was awful. I'm not going to put any of the subs on there.
I've got Jota, Hendo, Fabinho, Tsimikas.
Yeah, Jota. The thing, I could easily put a case in for Matip or Gomez as well.
But we didn't concede, didn't it? They kept their clean sheet. So it's
Was that because of them or because of Alisson?
It was Alisson made 2 saves. It weren't because of Alisson, bro. It weren't because of Alisson.
I'd stick with that for Henderson, Tsimikas, Fabinho, Jota.
Oh yeah, I
Henderson was butt cheeks. Like literally. I said this before. He with that number 40 on the back of his shirt, he thinks he's fucking Xabi Alonso, bro.
It was the irony of what you know how Alisson and Matip had that little mix up, and then he sits there, squares up to Alisson, starts shouting in his face, shoulder bars and everything, and then a minute later we have our best attack at the half. We're sustaining pressure. We've got numbers in the box. Push it out to Henderson. He's got acres of space, acres of time. Goes to control the ball, misses it, and it goes out for a throw in. And he just
that's not the worst bit.
And he walks off. He walks off afterwards, going, no apology, no going. It's me. It's on me. That my bad. No, he's sulked off like a little kid. Own up to it. If you're going to give it out, you've got to own up to it. That's how I've always operated.
From the looks of things, I look like Ali was about to spark him.
If Ali had done that, I wouldn't have owned that. I would have praised him.
Oh my god! But it's not even the worst bit. Like I said, the worst bit I saw from Henderson was when he tried to cross a ball in and ends up smacking Joe Gomez.
Rams, hold on for a second. Ozan says, Ozan Kabak, yes, he plays centre back. Big up yourself for the super chat. He says, bottom line, how many new players do we need this summer?
We need a backup right back. We need a defensive midfielder. We need 2 midfielders. We need a backup right winger, and we need a new centre back. 6.
I've had it down as 2 centre backs because I'm pushing Gomez. I'm keeping Gomez, and he's going and holding back up right back, and he can go sit there because I can't be bothered going and buying another backup right back. 3 midfielders, 3 out and out midfielders, and 1 midfielder attacker mix. So someone who can go on the wing if needs be, but can also operate in the centre mid.
Pedro Gonçalves.
We're losing 3 to 4 midfielders.
You're basically saying Pedro Gonçalves.
Basically,
right.
My boy Pedro. I want
Pedro
or Kudus.
Lundstrom.
The last thing I want to talk about is N'Golo Kante. This guy has been out for a whole year. Why does he want to respawn for Liverpool? And the worst thing is, it's not even just Kante. It's Super Saiyan Kante. It's Ramadan Kante. The best Kante there is.
No,
why
but
does he
Monts,
respawn for Liverpool?
It's the simple stuff. It's the simple stuff. Like how Tom said, Joao Felix, he dropped in, but maybe next to Fabinho, in front of Fabinho. What Kante would do, right? He'll pick the ball up in front of, I don't know who's their centre back. Would have been Koulibaly. Picks the ball up, plays a little 1-2, and bypasses the entire midfield. How does that work? The guy hasn't played for 3 months. 3 months? Or maybe this whole year.
Much longer. He hadn't played since August.
Oh, August. Even better. Even fucking better. It was August. And we have Flacco, Jones, and Henderson. And that one person who hasn't played since August has been dragged down through injuries and have basically came back with no match sharpness at all. Outran the entire midfield of 3.
Jones was the only one who got anywhere near him, and that was with 1 to 2 contested duels, and the rest it was all just Kante. And the worst part was, we said, once you sat there and said, "Oh, he's done it this time." This is a yearly thing with Kante. Every single time before us, he will be injured for weeks, if not months, and he will return to the starting 11 for his first start against Liverpool and drop a man of the match performance. And he was their man of the match today. I'm not giving it to Enzo. I thought Enzo was all right. I thought he had a very unopposed job. I thought Kante was the man of the match. I thought he ran the game. And class is permanent with him. Yes, he's got injury problems. Yes, he doesn't play as much. But when he's on it, he is still one of the best midfielders in the league. It's a joke. And it's so stark in comparison to the shit that we've had to watch from match-sharp players. From their prime players.
Tom, I don't think Kante played at the level that I know Kante played at. Kante played okay for what I know Kante can play at. Kante was good, but it wasn't the Kante that I know. This Kante was just running past the midfield that wasn't even there. Ran past Tsimikas, and I was seeing him. What was it? Taking the double tap R1 trick, against our fullbacks. Like, that's what I literally saw him doing.
He was bridging. He sat Simicast down in the second minute.
Yep.
Simicast went in to body him, and he got bodied. He ended up on the floor. They nearly scored from it. That's all come from Kante. Even the offside goal, not the offside goal, the handball goal. Kante was the one who played the through pass. Kante was the one who won the ball back. Kante was everywhere, and I wish we could have a midfielder like him. That would be Klopp's dream.
I would have taken all three of their centre mids. I even think I'm looking. If this Enzo suits
Enzo will cook under us.
Enzo suits us so much. Letting him go to Chelsea with no challenge.
I'd take the 43-year-old, 46-year-old Frank Lampard that was in the stands. I'm really not picky. That's how disillusioned I am with this midfield at the minute.
I don't know about Lampard. I say Gerrard, but not Lampard.
I watched parts of the Legends game. I'm telling you, Gerrard would do a thing. 42-year-old Gerrard would do a thing in this midfield. But listen, everything we say about Fabinho,
everything we say that Fabinho needs to get back to his best, I could say the same thing about Gerrard and he'd cook. All Gerrard would need now is the legs around him. That's all we've been saying Fabinho needs this season. One's 29 in the Prime, the other one's 42 and being sacked from Aston Villa.
Yes, man. Yes.
But what was I gonna say? We're gonna quickly just discuss the Arsenal stuff. I'm gonna put the link out now. I'm gonna give everyone probably I'd say 20 minutes. So once the link's out, I'll leave it out for 20 minutes, and the video probably lasts about another 20 minutes, and then we'll go from there. Remember, guys, make sure to subscribe. Tom, what's the name of your channel again, bro? So the people
just my name, Tom Little, with the one in there.
So Tom Little 1, make sure you subscribe to Tom Little Mods. Make sure you get the link in there in the chat for me as well, just for that as well. Make sure you subscribe to the Ram Stand as well. Make sure you subscribe to Big Six Pants. We're still 10 subscribers, obviously, off of our target. And make sure you smash the like button. We're approaching 150 likes, about 13 likes away. So again, guys, 13 likes, 250 people still in here. I'm pretty sure you guys can stop what you're doing and hit that like button. It's literally just below the screen ASAP. So if you guys can vote, and you guys can hit the like button as well. It does help for the channel and whatnot. Guys, Arsenal game. Arsenal. Interesting one, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, is it? We're just gonna hold it. If Chelsea could create that many chances, I think I said that on the terrace. Chelsea should have been 3-0 up inside 15 minutes. Arsenal will be 3-0 up inside 15 minutes because they will take their chances, and they'll create more because I don't see us changing anything from the way we're playing. We will still play the stupid high line. We will still be wasteful in possession. Because guess what? These players have given me no reason to believe otherwise. No reason to believe otherwise. So what are we doing?
You think we're getting panned?
Oh yeah. We might score. We might get a goal this time. Woo! Yay! We might score. I might get a goal for the first time in like 4 or 5 games. Woo! But we will hold it. It will be very much like Man City. So, I really don't think there's much to talk about. There's no reason for the confidence. I believe everything I've seen against these big teams gives me no reason to have a bit of confidence. I just want to leave this game so I can keep running my Andy Robertson prop with either Robertson not playing or Robertson playing and Saka having a quiet game. I don't care if Martinelli got a hat-trick. If I can leave this game with Robertson prop, I'm happy.
Tom, the only prop I have is Alisson, bro. And if he concedes 3, then I have no prop. It's literally a lose-lose. If we get a clean sheet against Arsenal, which is very, very unlikely, he will have the same amount of clean sheets and as so-called best keeper in the league this season, Aaron Ramsdale. But that's never going to happen. So I'm literally lost. I'm literally at a loss. Maybe an Alisson assist. Maybe. But when is that?
No, if he makes like 4 or 5 big saves, you're all right.
Yeah, but he does that every day.
Let's bear in mind that this Chelsea team that's crap. I'm sorry, the crap. They created 4 big chances against us today.
Only 4? I thought it was more.
That's only just 4 big chances. That doesn't include ones that he didn't shoot or ones that were offside or anything. That was just 4 big chances that actually counted. Man United created 4 at Anfield when we beat them 7-0. What are Arsenal going to do? in terms of big chances created. We're averaging 3 big chances conceded a game. A game. Do you know how peak that is? That's like relegation level. Without Alisson Becker, we would be that position that Leicester and West Ham and that not find themselves in. You put an average Premier League goalkeeper in our nets this season and not Alisson Becker, we're in and around that spot.
I love Alisson so much, bro. Honestly.
Listen, guys, link's gone out. So again, there's about 18. I'd say there's about 18 or so minutes left before we close the doors. I don't know, the wristband, all that stuff. Getting into the club, getting into the stream, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna bring in Maddie in a second and football gossiper. But yeah, just Arsenal predictions. Tom, Ram, Arsenal predictions.
4-2 Arsenal.
Oh, you think we actually scored 2 goals? Crazy.
I pray to God, no.
Before today's madness or the craziness of this lineup, by the way, and also another thing, you know how Klopp wanted to prove a point by benching certain man. You know, City have only lost to Brentford at the Etihad in the league, so everyone else has got displaced. I think Brighton drew there. I think maybe Newcastle draw there.
They lost.
Then there you go. So apart from them, so it's normal to lose to Man City. Man City have barebacked almost everyone. I think it's only Tottenham and Brentford. So
they barebacked us since 2017.
They beat Tottenham 4-2. What am I talking about? So why are you
Monts,
trying to prove a point on something that was always going to happen?
We haven't beaten them since 2015 months.
In the league, no. We beat them in 2018 in the Champions League and 2015 in the league.
Yeah,
Martin Skirtle back that day. Martin fucking Skirtle.
Oh, that volley though, that was cold. That volley was cold.
Yeah. But listen, obviously, football gossiper, Maddie, Don Dada, welcome to the panel, guys. Good to see you guys. Good to hear from you. Obviously, there's about 50 minutes left of the video. You know it is a calling, so you guys, the floor is yours, man. You've probably heard what we've had to say. You probably heard my 20-minute rant at the start of the video. Maddie, we'll start with you. What's your thoughts on the current situation, man?
Well, first and foremost, big up Rams and Tom Little. Big up yourself. Monts, what I got to just stress on. Remember, it was October last year when I came out and I said, we're going to have to start looking at Klopp by Christmas if this madness continues. It had people on the show tell me I was mad. I was crazy. I was talking nonsense. Understand this, what even Ram said. Why is it every player we bringing in is being injured? Who is that on? It's Klopp. It can't be the medical staff because guess what? You hired them. Edwards left. His understudy is leaving. Why is that? Again, common denominator. It's the Klutz again, right? Cavallo. You really think that Cavallo is saying that he made a right decision? Because he's looking at it and saying, bam, I could be playing right now in Fulham and developing my skill, right? Me, you all saying that we need 6 players next year? We don't. We need a full team because I can guarantee you Salah is thinking about leaving. He could go to PSG, right? Simi, as bad as he played the past couple of times, I can't fault Simi. You want to know why? Because at the end of the day, you just have to play yourself into form, right? Yeah, he did good last year, but last year luck is not going to transfer to this luck, right? The other thing that what people are not understanding, a lot of these players, they don't care about Klopp anymore. Say what you all may want, they don't. They are zoning him out because they are seeing Klopp constantly does the favoritism stuff, right? Who is going to put their best effort when they know, guess what? I could go and play my balls off today, and then tomorrow I get benched for the favored child. It's not going to happen. Another thing, as I said, I got to give Naby a shout out. Everything that Naby has done in Liverpool, I gonna give him a pass because his injury, I'm gonna be putting that down on Klopp because before he came to Liverpool, he was hardly ever injured. He played twice for his country on the international break, but he injured for Liverpool game. Naby don't give a damn no more. He's collecting his money and he's looking at it and saying, guess what? I am out. Because the likes of Milner, Henderson, how do you expect a young player or somebody who is supposed to be competing, looking and seeing the dynamics of a club where the manager is doing this? And then everybody is saying, oh, poor club, he not being backed. You know what? Bullshit. Because guess what? Monts, Rams, and Tom Little, when y'all first started doing your content, do y'all have the same stuff that y'all started with? Yes or no?
Of course not.
I rest my case.
And
I
but
rest,
that's what
I
we get the brunt
rest
of for saying this
my
stuff.
case.
Maddie, but you know we've been getting shit, especially Tom, for questioning Klopp. Like questioning Klopp is like the thing. Like, oh my god, like it's like taboo. Like he can't
even if you're clopping as well, which I am.
Even if you're still clopping and you question Klopp, just like man, they can't get it through. Man can't get it in their head.
No. Let me give you the explanation before I depart. You know, all of these people who is clubbed in, you know what they are? They're like a virgin. You know, they get that first love and they stuck in them.
Damn.
That's who they are.
Damn.
End the conversation. They can't move on. And in real life, even your first love, you does move on from. So these people who are all clapping, guess what? I want him to stay for 2 years. And when he, at the end of that session, when he doesn't win anything, he doesn't get any backing, don't say FSG because he signed that contract. Nobody had a gun to his head and say, you better sign this or not. Anybody who has ambition and they go to a job and they are not getting the tools they need to succeed, you will leave. If you
On that point, Maddie, don't depart yet now. Don't leave yet. You hold on.
Yeah, man, you need to stay, bro. Stay. You
Right?
need to keep.
What's ironic about this, son? Good evening, gentlemen. What's ironic about this? The last time I was on this panel was when Maddie was here back in October. And the man has been proven to be a prophet, right? And that is why we have to appreciate original gangsters. Because these are fellas who seen it all. So when they see shit from a mile, they call it. You know, and Maddie is correct. And life is what people don't understand. Life is fluid, meaning that opinions can change. You don't wait until your house is burned to the ground and then call the fire station. So when Tom talks and Mon speaks out, I see the level of heat. And it's because of what? Nostalgia, it's because of loyalty, it's because of passion. Passion blinds a lot of people. And I would have said it in October, and Maddie would have agreed. Any team that is playing this type of heavy metal football needs to be refreshed on a 2 to 3 year basis. And when I say refreshed, totally refreshed, these players are knackered or whatnot. Once I don't know if you would have been on Coppish when Chris Angel, I think he's a physiotherapist, but he's
yeah,
a big Liverpool fan. And he would have come on and indicated, spoken about what asthma pumps do and how it leads to muscular deterioration. And a lot of people were giving him man hate. But as the man said, he said, listen, I am speaking reality and we have to, whether it's a conspiracy theory or not, and result is these players are knackered. Look at Fabinho. So you need to refresh. And you must also have as Maddie say, a contingency plan. What is Klopp's plan B? Could you alter your style of play to cater for these players? Could
No,
he?
from
I want to say,
2018 to now, you're saying that you couldn't find not one midfielder, not
8 windows, by
one.
the way.
No, but Matty,
One midfielder in 8 windows.
we were gonna get a midfielder, but he chose Real over us, which is natural because I think any midfielder would choose Real over us.
And apparently there was no plan Bs. In fact, our plan B was to get a striker and then another winger who doesn't know if he's a striker.
Well,
Monts,
no, I
that
hear what you're
point-
saying, Rams. But you know what? How I look at the bigger picture. I'm looking at some of these people that they are looking at they are looking at Liverpool and they're saying to themselves, "What's the point if I go there for my form to dip? Because even if I'm good, I'm still gonna get left out for a favorite, and that's the problem.
Right.
The favoritism.
I don't know. I don't know if when it comes to Chouameni, I don't know because Chouameni is that guy.
No, he is that guy.
Yeah, but
Chouameni was
it-
not.
I understand.
Liverpool. Though,
exactly.
not
So
whoever
Chouameni
tried
is that
fighting
guy.
Liverpool with that stuff. Chouameni was never coming to Liverpool.
But Maddie,
Chouameni
if you're
was
going
coming to
after
Liverpool. He would
a
have
player,
come to Liverpool had Real Madrid not been after him. You
yes,
can't
but
choose
if you're going to
Liverpool.
Chouameni, you must always have a contingency plan. So you
Precisely.
do just identify
Which was,
one
yeah.
person.
Chouameni,
You identify player 1, 2, 3, or 4. So if you don't get that first person, then you have a contingency plan. It's
Well, it's
proper
just like they
strategic
say.
planning.
Like
and that's
like
why
what they
you
just
need.
said earlier.
That's why you
We're
need a
going in for
scout.
Jude. If we get Jude, who the hell else we getting to come and play?
Bandy, I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
5,
Rams.
6, 7,
Rams.
8.
You have.
You've had that list, bro, and I have an issue with your list.
You
No, but are you telling
I've
me
got a
that
list.
Rams?
I've got a list. I've got a list.
Let me go. Let me go.
don't.
One
Okay.
second. Are you
Rams.
telling me that Rams could compile a concise list and the scouting department could not?
Yes.
If
I
Rams could do it,
Bro,
why can't the scouting department do it?
the
Rams.
origins of that list? I big up my boy Callum from Coppish. Yeah, Callum gave me a list of attributes he wants his players to have. So he said, his right back, he needs to be quick, has positional awareness, good defensively, has a good decent cross. DM has to be quick, strong, good at tackling, interceptions and passing. The box to box has to be physical, has decent range of passing, creative, and an eye for goal. And the winger has to be left-footed, rapid, dribbling, and finishing. I compiled a list of all those attributes onto one sheet of these players that either fulfill most of those roles or just about every single role that
Rams.
Callum's asked for.
But Rams,
Rams,
you got
on your
football
list.
sense.
It's true. Rams, on that list you have Benassa and Tonali. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with Tonali. What do you know with the club system? PNP. So
And a little bit. I mean, Tonali has a little bit of pace and power. Like he's. I say this before. He's a bit of. He's a merge. He's a merge of Gattuso and Pirlo.
Someone's TV's on in the background. See if you can. Someone tell it because it's copyright on the channel, please. Someone needs to turn the TV off. Not sure who it is. Who it is? Someone's
Yeah,
TV.
if you got.
Let me check if it's in the living room.
Yes, as like I said, I think Tonali would fit this system
Ram.
perfectly. Not only does he have the defensive awareness, but he also has the pace and the power to get up and down the field.
that's true.
But Rams, would you not agree with me? If you
what
look at
happened with Lallana.
this,
We had a Lallana
this guy
who
called
could fill that role, but he can't anymore. Because of what? Injuries. And it's due to the system, Rams. Tonali is a very nice player. But look at your system, look at your training system, okay? Look at your medical department. Once you're done with that, now you can go for Tonali. Before then, bro, he'll end up being another Keita. He'll end up being another Lallana. No, that's the honest fact, bro.
Bro, he's spitting. Bro, like I'm telling you, you can make a list of all these guys, but until Klopp changes his ways, which isn't going to happen, or if there's a tweak in the system, which probably isn't going to happen, then these men are going to take just as long to adapt to the new system as Robbo did, as Fabinho did.
But Monts, let me add a caveat to that. 1 second, my youth. Let me add a simple caveat to that. You had Sabitzer available. Sabitzer from the Red Bull brand. Sabitzer who was tailor-made for your style of play. and he was available, he would have fit in perfectly with it. And I mean, come on, no way he was going to say no to Liverpool. So contingency plans are imperative. Sabitzer and Rams would know that, because if it's one thing I appreciate about Rams as compared to the other younger people, Rams is a student of the game. He does his research, he looks back, he analyzes. So when he speaks, people must take a step back and listen to what he is saying. So I'm sure the Rams would have agreed that Sabitzer would have been a good acquisition.
Yeah, he would have. I agree. I think Sabitzer would have been a decent addition, but that was
last season. A caveat. Last season, yes.
Look at how Sabitzer would have played. Look at how Sabitzer became available. Ericsson got injured. What did United do? Midfielder. 12 hours. Ericsson got injured. 12 hours later.
Monts. Wait. Do you know what adds fuel to that fire? Do you remember what all the top journals been saying the whole time? Liverpool in the January transfer window are looking at players that are surplus to requirements at the big clubs, and they'll pounce on a loan move. And I was like, cool. They might look at Gravenberch, just a bit so whatever. And then Sabitzer ends up going to Manchester United.
He only wanted United, to be fair, though. That is.
But were we in for it?
If he wanted United, now we've been linked with Gravenberch. Now tell me honestly, bro, we know Gravenberch has not had game time at Bayern. But with the entry of Thomas Tuchel, do you think they will release Gravenberch now? They won't.
No.
They won't. And you're missing out on another player. You'd have gone for him on January. Yeah,
So question to the panel, and Maddie might be the best one to address this. Looking at the current situation, because all this pass and what do you think? Where do we go from here? What is the best way forward as of today, right now?
Oh, we'll be here for another 2 hours if I answer that question.
Monts, let's have a look at all the big boys. Okay, City, in their system, they are playing Stones. The last game they faced us, they played Stones, Akanji, Diaz, Nathan Ake, and Rodri. Rodri played centre back for Spain in the World Cup. I'd consider him our centre back. If you can do that at a global stage, you're a centre back. So 5 defensive-minded players against us. Okay, that's a new system each and every big team right now is using. Have a look at Arsenal. Ben White, they will bring Rob Holding on board this time round. Gabriel Magalhaes, 3 full out-and-out centre backs. After that, you have Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka, defensive-minded. Have a look at Barca. Barcelona have Koundé, Ronald Araujo, Andreas Christensen, Busquets, and Alejandro Balde.
Yeah.
Defensive-minded. Madrid, same stuff. Eder Militao, Rudiger, they have Nacho on board right now. They have Carvajal, okay, and they still have Tchouaméni. So each and every big team right now, it's so easy. Each and every big team right now is playing an M. It's 5 back, 5 forwards. The 5 back players protect the defense, and you let your forwards now play ball. Klopp is not adhering to that, bro. And before we
what is the way forward?
That's my issue.
What is the way forward? In your opinion?
The way forward isn't to keep burning out players and using the same tactic, because unfortunately people are able to learn and research and practice and play against a system that has dominated for years. That's why systems need refreshing. That's why systems need changing. That's why things need tweaks. City have even tweaked their system by bringing in Haaland. They tried to tweak things. Has it worked for them? Well, it's not always you're not always gonna challenge every year. City have tweaked their system and they're still challenging for the they're still in the Champions League and they're challenging for the Premier League. We tweak our system and we're sitting in 8th place. Do you know why? Because you played the same way for 5 years and we've never changed it. So therefore, a lot of these players, when you do something for so long and then you decide to make a sudden change, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be alien. It's going to be new to these players because it's not like they've been doing it throughout their time over the 5 years. It's the first time man have really had to change properly, apart from 18-19 where we introduced Shaqiri into the lineup and we sometimes play the 4-2-3-1 with Sturridge, Firmino, Mane and Salah, or Shaqiri, Firmino, Mane and Salah, whatever it would be. That's how we would do it. And that
Very
was
well articulated, Monts.
and that's
Very well
exactly
articulated.
what I'm saying. And don't that, but what I'm saying is that's the only time we've ever really altered things and would change the system to try. Because remember, in 1819, the false nine was starting to go bland. There were times where it was starting to go bland. And the low block was starting to work because we didn't have a Thiago. We didn't have a creative midfielder.
True.
We had Shaqiri, but he wasn't even good enough to start to go in the front three, and he wasn't adept enough to play in the midfield. He was kind of in between. He was that winger midfielder build. So that's the only time out of 5 years where these men have had to adapt. So now, after 5 years, Klopp's asking them to adapt. Of course they can't adapt. Pep over the years, he's made these men adapt every year in, year out. Gundogan went false nine and balled out more than most strikers. KDB went false nine and balled out more than most strikers. Now they're playing with a striker and they're dealing with a nine, which is something they haven't had to do before. City have had to play different styles. So when Pep asks them to do when Pep asks them to do something different or instructs them to do something different, all of a sudden it's not really too alien for them because he A has brought in players who are adaptable and B he hasn't forced them to play the same way for 5 straight years. So Virgil van Dijk, whose best attribute is to nullify attackers by ushering them away from goal and not having to go to ground and nudging players so they don't have to, so everyone in the Liverpool midfield has time to get back into the position and buy time whenever he is isolated. Virgil van Dijk can't do that now with a midfield that can't get back in time. He can't do that with a team who can't retain the ball fast enough. So guess what? Liverpool have changed, but Virgil van Dijk hasn't changed. And Virgil van Dijk is only world class when Liverpool is working and he has a midfield in front of him that can protect him because he's defending in the same way. He's not getting himself dirty and he's not getting himself stuck in as much because he's never been that type of defender. But when you don't have a midfield, you need to be that type of defender. And VVD, as great as he is, as the world-class defender he is, his defending style does not match the lack of midfield that we have. And that's the prime example of someone not being able to adapt. Trent as well. He still defends like he has Henderson's legs to save him all the time. But he doesn't have Henderson's legs anymore. He doesn't have Henderson to overlap anymore. So he has to come in field. And what happens is we're now stuck with a problem where Trent can't be as creative, but he's also isolated defensively because these guys can't adapt. And that's not their fault. It's Klopp's fault for not doing or changing anything. And I can understand when something is successful for so long, yes, why change it? But no one's asking you to change it. We're asking you to tweak it. And now the time that's come to tweak it, we are in 8th place and you're seeing the repercussions of it on top of the heavy metal playing style that is draining for these guys' muscles. And that's what it is. Sorry I had to go for that.
So seeing that, so Monts, that was brilliant. So seeing that you have identified that Klopp is not going to change his ways, and you have brought evidence, because that argument, that is not even debatable. You're just spitting facts. So seeing that is the case, but all is hate coming in your direction because the truth hurts, and we live in a culture where there's a lot of young people that operate off of passion and emotion, and they put aside intellectual acumen. And that is why I appreciate whenever I come across few brilliant youths, I give credit where credit is due. So basically what you're saying is that every man is not going to change his ways. And he's not going to be given a full 11 in the summer. Impossible. Then what is the way forward? And I think Maddie said it in October.
I could not tell you because it's like it's not like we spend millions and it's not like our manager's willing to change his style. So therefore you're at a catch-22. Do you get rid of both? Do you get rid of one or do you get rid of the other? And do you trust the one that's not changing to rebuild a team when he's never done it before? So there's no case study to even go off of apart from failure at the previous team. So, and that's all I can say to that answer. I mean, we do have to end in about 2 minutes, but yeah, that's I don't know. I generally can't give you the answer to that. So
on that chat, yeah. Who believes that Trent Alexander-Arnold can handle a wing-back role? I don't think so, bro. Trent cannot overlap 3 times in a half. He can't. Let's be honest with ourselves.
I hear it. That's true. Is there anything else you guys want to say before we lock off?
I wouldn't mind like seeing Trent as a midfielder. And I don't want to hear this Trent can't play midfield, because I think if you get an elite manager in, he would turn him into a solid midfielder.
Yeah. But go on, Maddie, before we finish off.
All right. To end it, this is how I look at it. Because everybody talk about, what we're gonna do if we replace Klopp, right? Well, first of all, FSG ain't gonna fire Klopp, because Klopp is their little barrier line between anarchy and not anarchy. So they're not going to fire Klopp. But this is the scenario I give people. Would you rather be working at McDonald's or Burger King, making $5 an hour and be okay with that, or you're working at Microsoft and you're making less than the man who working at Burger King? That's my scenario, because you have a world-class manager, everybody claims, but he is literally just, there's no words for it. So would you rather continue with that, or would you give somebody who may be an unknown, or even like Ram's favorite person that he wants, give them a chance? And if you get that kind of like same results within the first year, you're okay with that? Because as I said, I do not see this thing coming back on the club. I'm sorry. He's pulling in 15 million a year. So did we ever hear that Klopp is wanting for money? So he can walk away, but he's not. So again, lack of ambition.
I hear what you're saying. It's a good statement there, to be fair.
Just appreciate being on, Monts. Thanks very much. And everybody have a blessed evening.
No worries, bro. Don,
Yeah,
Dada,
big up everybody.
Maddie,
Love and respect.
Bless
thank you so
everybody.
much, guys. If you guys want, let the people know. If you want, it's optional. Let the people know where they can find you. There's 220 people in there. If there's anything you want to plug or anything like that, 220 people in here. So
You all will find me back in my boy Monts. They're gonna see me when Rams got his content going. They'll see me on Coppish, and that's about it. Other than that,
what was the last one?
You will
You
find
said
me.
Coppish and who? You said one more.
Monts, Rams, or Little,
Mm.
and
Coppish.
Coppish.
Big up
That's
our brothers.
What
Drifty
one
Cal.
question, Maddie. Are you Trini by chance? All right,
Trini
my
to the
Trini brother.
bone.
Bless up.
Trini
For
to the
real. See me, my
Big up
brother.
my Trimbago brothers, bro.
I from the days when Latapi and all of them used to be playing with Ian Wright and all of them people and them.
Yeah, I was around when Jack Warner took Dwight York from Signal Hill and carried him across England,
There you
and you
go.
know the rest from
Mm-hmm.
Villa to yeah. I was there.
Yeah, big up.
Big up the man, then big up Football Gospel, big up Maddie, big up Don Dada, big up Rams, big up Tom as well, who had to leave.
Hit the
And,
like, people. Hit the like and subscribe.
I'll be
Let's back
the
on
list. I'll be adding to the list very soon.
Yeah.
Rams,
very
before I
soon.
go, Rams.
we
You
are
need to
on.
put in an application with LFC new owners when they come in.
Hey, you
Big
know,
up.
I might have to ask Tom and Monts to be a part of that little group. You know what I mean? Our own little
Of course,
Pep Klopp
guys.
and
Make sure,
Months
Peter.
Months and Ramsey before I go. Do not let the detractors stop you from doing a brilliant job. You hear what I said?
correct,
Not.
bro. Don't worry. My opinion
Right? The
stays.
more they hate, I've a saying, the more they hate, the better we eat.
My
You hear me?
opinion stays the same. I think that's why I am where I am, man. Because I speak my mind. Whoever disagrees. Whoever agrees, again. Whoever agrees. Whoever disagrees, let's have a conversation about it. And that's why we're hearing it. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up Daniel, honestly, Jamie, Solo, Snake Eyes, D1, Ed, Roms, ND, T Baby, Joel, Aiden, and Kaz as our members of the chat. Remember, link to on the membership is in the description below, as cheap as £3 a month. Rams, big up yourself, big up everyone in the chat. Big up Scott Holder and Ozan and Steve TSE for the super chats. Really much appreciated. Big up Ferguson as well. Shouting out Tom's channel there. We'll see you guys in the next episode of Big Six Bands. Big up the chat. Big up Sleeping Dragon, KLFC, Mickey, Fergie's son, Capo TV, Joe, Co-op. That's not the worst captain. Don't kill me.
Wait, I'm telling you,
I can't say the worst captain. Big up LFC Rico.
Nah, Henderson might be in. Henderson's not coming out of prison anytime soon.
And boy,
Even though he's not in prison, but you know,
big up 1892 Reds. Big up Ed, BX
he's
Gunner,
in that basement, bro.
Neil Gunner, and all the guys. Ultra. And if I missed you out, sorry guys. There's just been so many people in the chat. It's been another brilliant stream. We'll see you in the next one. Plenty of content coming this week. So especially we got a big video on Thursday. Big video on Thursday. Arsenal versus Liverpool preview. So
I think I know. I know.
Yeah, you probably know. It's probably not that hard to get. We'll see you soon, innit? Take care, people. We'll see you in the next one.